Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got one of the most requested videos that I've been getting so far. I get asked this all the time. I'm finally going to try to give you a decent answer for this, which is how do I find a mentor, right? So I got this email, and I've gotten a lot of emails on this, but I'm going to read this one. Hey, John, number one, this is a response to, I think, probably a sales pitch here. Number one, I'm too busy and broke to buy your stuff right now. Due to I'm still dumping my money into my basic skills. That's cool. I understand. It's all right. It's all right, Nick. You don't have to buy my stuff. Please keep sending your emails to me. I know the process, and soon enough I will get around to your audiobook that I really want. If you're wondering what he's talking about, I've got Soft Skills Software Developer's Life Manual. I actually recorded the audio for this, and it's about 13 hours, and it also includes some bonus material that you don't find in the print edition of the book. He says, so real quick, if you have time, do you have any books on finding a mentor or how to go about it? And I actually do have a chapter in Soft Skills about this, but I'm going to talk about it here too. I feel like I am constantly taking online courses and gaining a lot, but bouncing all over the place on what course I learn. I'm looking for something on what a mentor could be. Should it be local? If you have time, could you please point me in the right direction, Nick? So finding a mentor, you're never going to just like find a mentor. This is sort of this myth, right? I don't know anyone that's like, you go out to dinner and they're like, this is my wife, her name is Patricia, and this is my mentor, Jim. You don't find that. You don't just like have a mentor buddy that just follows you around and they're your mentor. It doesn't happen that way. There's no like Yoda out there that you go and carry him on your shoulder and he says, do or do not, there is no try. That doesn't happen in real life. I don't know of it. Maybe it happens somewhere. Maybe I think monks probably have mentors. I think like there's like the head monk and like he mentors some little bald-headed monk. But in software development, that doesn't happen, at least as far as I know, right? So but that doesn't mean you can't get mentorship, but you just have to do it in the right way. So there's a couple of ways that you can do this. So one way is to just find people that are more experienced than you and sort of see if you can help them in some way and learn from them, right? I'm not going to say no one passes up free work because there's plenty of people that have offered to work for me for free and I've said no, but no one passes up free work that's presented in the right way, right? So if I really think that you're going to do something valuable for me for free and you're anticipating the need, if you're like, for example, I give props to Lewis out there who, if you've seen on Simple Programmer, the site has been designed better. So what he did, I got this email because I get plenty of emails from people that say, hey, I want to redesign your site, right? But what Lewis did is he sent me mock-ups of the design, and he's like, if you make the CSS change, it will make this look better. And he sent me the pictures and email. I mean, he spent a lot of work on this, and he's doing this all for free, right? That's how you give someone value, is you hand it to them where they're just like, wow, I'm definitely going to do this. And I implemented all those changes because he had given it to me in that way. And that's how you get a mentor, is you go out and you find someone who's doing something that you want to do, and you don't ask them, what can I do for you? That's not going to work. In order for me to figure out, plenty of people send me emails all the time. What can I do for you, John? I want you to mentor me. What can I do for you? And I say, I don't even respond to a lot of those emails because it's going to take me effort to figure out what you can do for me. I'm going to have to say, well, what skills do you have? And then we have to think about, well, what do I really need? But if you can come and pre-anticipate the need, if you understand someone, you've been following them, and you want them to mentor you, and you said, well, I noticed that this guy, right? Let's take this to an offline business. If you said in person, he's running this online business. I'd really like to run one like him. He does this mail run to the post office every day. What if I sent him an email and said, hey, look, I know you ship your stuff to the post office every day. How about if I come by and I grab the stuff and I make the run for you every day to the post office? I would love to do that just to help you. And maybe you could give me 5 minutes of your time every once in a while when you have time and just give me some tips on what you're doing. Or maybe I could watch you for half an hour and just see what you're doing. I won't get in the way. I won't ask any questions. I'll just watch you, right? That would be that's how you do it, right? And that's a specific example, but I want you to think in the bigger terms of this, right? How could you apply this? How could you use that? If you want to get sort of that physical mentor or real mentor, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to figure out some way to add benefit to someone, and then you can watch them, and that's going to be effective if you do it that way. The second way to get a mentor is to pay for one. So there's a site that I use pretty often. A buddy of mine, Dan Martell, he created a site called clarity.fm. You can go here, I'll plug it. He actually sold the company. He's a great mentor. He's helped me a lot. But you can actually find people that you can pay by the hour. I mean, you can even talk to like Mark Cuban on there. I think it's like $3,000 an hour. So, you better have a really good question if you can ask him, something on there. But you can do that, and you can also do coaching, right? So I have paid for coaches, and a lot of people pay for coaching. I don't advertise this much because I don't particularly, my schedule is pretty full, but I will give you a link here and read it carefully. My coaching is expensive. It's over $500 an hour. If you want the coaching, you have to read my soft skills book first, and I'm very selective with who I would take. But that is another way to pay for mentorship, because then you're paying for someone to actually sit down and spend the time. And a lot of people, if they're going to give you coaching, they're going to charge you a whole lot of money because it's got to be worth their time, because that doesn't scale, right? And they're also going to be selective because they want to invest in you. So that's another thing. If you're totally stuck, you can always pay for coaching. And sometimes coaching seems expensive, but I've paid a couple grand a month for someone to give me a few phone calls a month for coaching to tell me exactly where I need to improve, what I need to change in my business in order to make it to the next step. And you might not have to do that forever, but I know people who are high up in the internet marketing and entrepreneurship space, and they have coaches that they pay them $10,000 a month to coach them, and it's worth it because it grows their business. So that's the basic options. You're never going to find that whole, you're never going to ask someone to say, will you be my mentor? And they're going to be your, if anyone agrees to be your mentor, when you ask, will you be my mentor, you should really question whether you want this person to be your mentor, right? Like it's just not going to happen. Not someone who you would want to be your mentor, who values their time. So hopefully that helps you. I think this is, like I said, a good question. A lot of people ask this question, but that's the truth of it. And like I said, if you want to do my coaching services, read the fine print and be ready to work. But if you have a question for me, email me at john@simpleprogram.com. This is my free mentorship to you. And if you like this channel, subscribe.